Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share my customs that I had done with Lavender and Speckles. I had gotten called up, I think it was at the very end of February, and let me know, hey, it's your turn's coming up, so get ready to get your stuff for me and stuff. So I did that, and it came in. I think I posted on her Facebook page the stuff that I got. So many of you may have already have seen the items that I received. I did, let's see, total of, was it 13? I don't even know. I think it was 13 items, 13 bags of things. And I did about half, I don't remember exactly, but I think I see 6 that were her blends, right, that I just wanted more of. I was like, here's my chance. Let me get some of her things. And the rest were ones that I wanted to play and try to come up with something. So according to my receipt, it says warm after 4/10/25. So I still have a few more days, about a week, a little bit over a week. But as I've said before, I generally let my stuff sit for at least 2 months. In fact, I did in my bedroom quite a few nights ago. I had put it in, like, let's say it might have been over the weekend, so it's been about 3 or 4 days. And I had put in Grandpa's Study from the Gilmore Girls. It had a different name originally, right? But I think even the bag I have says Grandpa's Study. And I want to say I had written on there like warm after 12/24. I just did it a couple of nights ago, and it comes on, like I said, though, I said in another video that the warmers that I use for my Vendor wax in my room, they come on at 9 o'clock at night and they go off like at 10 in the morning or something like that. Oh my goodness. I took it out of the warmers last night, and after, it was in the Yankee Candle melt cups, and so I was kind of squeezing the cup to get the wax out, and after I got it out, I realized it still had scent. I was like, I probably could have gone another night of it, and it had already been in there for like 3 days. So it performs wonderfully, right? So I find for me that at least 2 months for me, right? Other people may find that it works perfectly well for them as soon as the cure date is reached, but I have so much. It's taking me a long time to get through some things. I think I found one piece left in my bedroom of one of the ones that I did order. So now I'll have some more for it. I just have to wait a while before I can do these. So anyways, let me just share what I did get. I got, and I think I got all of them in the, 12 pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 12 piece. And I only got one bag of the large, which is like 24 pieces or 20 pieces or whatever it is. Anyways, so I got from her collection Pink Apples and Cotton Candy. I love this one. Love this one. It performs really well. I might even have 1 or 2 pieces left that I've been like holding on to because I didn't want to be out. So now that I got these, I'm like, yay, Pink Apples and Cotton Candy. Love that one. Let's see. Is it this one that I did, that I said I have one left? And I can't always remember from the names, the new names. This one is Southern Charm, and it's from the Gilmore Girls collection. It's fresh Macintosh apples, white tea, peach, and apple blossom, coconut milk, jasmine, and hydrangea. You know what? I forgot to look at the Bible quote. I think they were all, no, well, this one is not the same as that one, but this one is Psalm 62, 5 through 6. Yes, my soul find rest in God. My hope comes from him. Truly, he is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will not be shaken. Very good one. Anyways, I think Southern Charm, if I'm not... Xena, stop. Was Paris Geller, I think, originally. So I got a bag of that. Xena, you better not start barking. No, no, no. You be good girl. I got, this is, I think, in her favorites list, and it is a very good one. It's Cake, 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 which is strawberries, pound cake, pumpkin pecan waffles, and birthday cake. Cake, cake, cake. Love that. Did I show you Southern Charm? And she's trying to use, she had told me that some of my things were going to come in like the smaller bags for the 12 piece. I like the smaller bags. They're still the really thick ones that she gets. But the 12 fits much better in this. I mean, it fits fine in here, but you feel like I have to dig my hand further in, right? Whereas I feel like they would sit better too, because this has like, fold down stuff, whereas this is gonna like made for that amount. All right, then I also got Fancy Lady perfume, which I think was Emily Gilmore originally from the Gilmore Girls collection. Cashmere cream blended with white tea, leaves, and Palo Santo. Love that. Obviously, I loved these scents because I got them again. And I think her next pre-order is going to be with a lot of the Gilmore Girls. And I'm like, you know what? I might just get more of them. Who knows? I don't know. And then this is probably one of my favorites from the Gilmore Girls collection. I love that Grandpa Study. I love the new car smell. I still have some from like the previous one I said like in December. Well, that it was supposed to be ready in December. But this is one of my favorites, and that is the one that was originally Lorelei, and it's pink sugar peonies and cashmere. Pink peony petals, sandalwood, cashmere sugar, cotton candy, and a touch of pink sugar. I love this one. I had the big bag of this one, and I have just a few more pieces left. And you know what? For the pre-order, I may get another big bag, just so that I have a lot of it. And then, you know what? I forgot to show you her card. So here is it's sitting over here. Lavender and Speckles scents. Beth and Matt Wilson. All right, so Beth Wilson, owner. And then I thought it was so cool that because it was coming out at the same time as some of the Pride and Prejudice stuff, I was able to order from that. I only ordered one because I really wanted some of those Gilmore Girls. If I'd known the Gilmore Girls was coming up next, which maybe I just didn't know, I didn't pay attention because I've been trying to stay away from vendor stuff or from wax in general. But I probably would have gotten more of the Pride and Prejudice ones, but I was so intent on getting some of those Gilmore Girl ones that I only got one from the Pride and Prejudice. But I love the card. It says thank you, and it's got Mr. Darcy on a horse. And then her back of her card, it says, well, wax melting instructions, and gives you instructions for the different shapes and the loaves and tubs, which may come in like the softer wax. So they have that. And so from the Pride and Prejudice, I got Incandescently Happy. I love that scene. Palo and tons of vanilla. So then in parentheses, it says palo and vanilla birch and vanilla buttercream and cinnamon vanilla. And then sweet on you and blackberry. Got a piece of hair on there. Incandescently Happy. Let me smell this one again, because this one I don't remember. I know all the other ones. Ooh. Dana, stop. I'm trying to think of what I'm smelling. I feel like I'm smelling like the vanilla birch and maybe the cinnamon vanilla and the buttercream. And then in the background, I'm getting like blackberry. All right, gotta let this one sit for 2 months too, so that I can really let it meld together and see what I think. She did send me a sample. Thank you so much, Beth. I truly appreciate that. And it's in berry pickin'. Pink coconut, candied plums, blackberry, musk, or blackberry musk, I'm not sure. Vanilla bliss, and palo santo. That sounds awesome. And you know I smelled it when it first came in, but now I don't remember. Oh, now I do. It smells very good. Very good. Oh, wow. I would get a bag of this. Wow. It's got like that, the blackberry, the plum, but it's not like a overly fruity smelling because of the other stuff. It's very smooth and sophisticated kind of smelling. It's very good. All right. Then the customs that I did. All right. So if you watched my other video where I said I was trying to do like a wedding cake, but I had to use like the strawberry white cake. Well, Beth actually had white cake. So I was like, I'm going to try with both of them because I might love both of them and I'll just have more of it, right? So I did wedding cake, which is white cake, vanilla buttercream, and almond cream. Now, I smelled this the day it came in, and wow. Yeah, Beth nailed it. Nailed it. So good. And I'm like, okay, wedding cake? I even thought about naming, because she tells you to name your blends. I almost thought about naming it Pettifours because I love Pettifours, and I've had more Pettifours than I've had wedding cake. Gosh, that is so good. So good. All right, so very happy with that. Very happy. I'm actually very happy with all of them. This one, I had no idea well, I had an idea what oceanside air might smell like, but I had never smelled it, right? I've had Black Sea, love Black Sea. And then there was one called Queen of the Night, which was a floral. And I thought, that sounds very interesting, right? So, of course, I tell my husband, I say, help me think of a name for that one. And he's like, well, the Black Sea, okay, well, that's, he starts saying, oh, that's over kind of like by Turkey. And, I'm thinking, oh, okay. So he was the one that said the bazaar, right? So he came up with Grand Bazaar. I was like, okay. And I was like, and when I smelled it, when I got it, it kind of made me think like that, right? Like I'm thinking let's say you're standing by like on the beach, right? So you're smelling the water, you're getting the ocean air, you're getting some florals that are in the air, and almost like, okay, you think of a huge bazaar, right? Like the big area and all these people that sell all kinds of stuff. You got this huge bazaar. So there's going to be flowers, there's going to be food, there's going to be all kinds of things, tapestries, all kinds of things. And it's almost like you get in this conglomeration of scents. And I feel like to me, that's what the mixture brings out, right? Like I can't tell you if it's Queen of the Night because I don't know what that smells like, but it's different, okay? Very good and different. I can smell the Black Sea. I feel like instead of like salty sea air, I get that almost like there's a little bit of saltiness in the air, but it's more oceanic, right? More water. And then I can smell some flowers. And then almost like the three things playing together is giving me the bazaar itself. So I'm thrilled with that. Then the big bag, the only one that I got the really big bag, which I can't remember how many pieces it is, 20, 21, 24. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just happy to get it. If you've watched my videos and you've seen other customs that I've done, I did this exact same custom someplace else, and I think I commented to that company that please let me order this one again and one of the other ones, and I was like, I'd really love to be able to get more of it. They never responded, they never said anything, and I thought, you know what, I might never be able to make it again. I was like, you know what, I bet you Beth can do a really good job with it. I'm going to do it again with her, and I'm going to name it the exact same thing so that I even remember it's that same blend. So it's honey pecan latte. So if you've seen my videos, you've heard me say that blend before because I had done it someplace else. So honey pecan latte, espresso, pumpkin pecan waffles, and oatmeal milk and honey. So, and I tell you what, they did a phenomenal job, the other ones, right? They did a phenomenal job. I love it. I only have a little tiny piece left, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to get it again. So I was like, and I'm sure Beth would make it for me again at some point in time, right? It's going to take me a while to get through this because, again, I have a ton of coffee. I love that. I know we tend to put like spiced oat milk or some other cereal milk, or I don't know, some other creamy blends, right, to do with espresso or whatever, but there's something about that oatmeal milk and honey, right? You get the sweetness from the honey, you get the milk, right? And it almost adds almost a tiny bit of savory and sweet. I feel like I got wax on my lip. I probably got it all over my face at this point. Beth nailed that one too. It is phenomenal. Love it. Now I've got a lot of it. All right. Then I did some that, I'm trying to come up with names because when she said name your blend, I was like, oh gosh, I'm going to have a really hard time. So this one I named Handsome Sailor because it's black ice, which from what I understand, black ice is supposed to be the original hanging tree for your car, the scent, right? So it's supposed to be like that. So black ice, black sea, and then I think this one was a combination, so I was able to get like 2 more notes because they were together in another one. So it was tobacco and bay leaf and dark amber rosewood, and I named it Handsome Sailor. You know me, you know I love manly scents. And I got wedding cake, I got the coffee thing. I mean, I have no problem with food items, right, kind of bakery, but I do love manly scents. And this is wonderful, marvelous. Yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah. Okay. Not for somebody who doesn't like strong manly scents, because this is manly, yes. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I guess manly doesn't have to be cologne, right? I do feel like there's a little bit of a cologne scent here, but it's not like all cologne scent. That is phenomenal. I love that dark amber rosewood in there. That just smells really good. Really good. At least that's what I think my nose is smelling, that I'm like, wow, I feel like that the rosewood is what I'm getting. Phenomenal. Then, again, this one had ocean spray, ozone, hint of citrus, mac apple, red apple, green apple, because I think there's one that's like all the apples or something like that. So it had mac apple, red apple, green apple, and then marshmallow clouds. So I don't know what I picked, but obviously I only had to pick 3 things, and all those scents were to be included. So having like the citrus, the apple scent, the marshmallow clouds, and then we have the ocean spray and the ozone. And I think it was around the time that I had named the Handsome Sailor or something. And I kept thinking of that song, Brandy, right? You're a fine girl, what a good wife you would be. He doesn't have a name in the song, right? So I named it Brandy and Her Sailor. So in case you've never heard that song or didn't get the reference, that's what I was referencing, that song, Brandy. which makes me think of my friend Brandy. Oh, that smells good too. Very good. Very, very, very good. Very fresh. The ocean air, the ozone. Then you have the apples and the marshmallow clouds. And a little bit of citrus to kind of brighten the apple. And the ocean. That's great. Oh my gosh. You know me and the apples, though. I love apples. And this does not disappoint. Wow, 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 wow. Brandy and her sailor. Gonna love that one. Then this one, I had to double bag this one because this one had a little slight tear, which I told her, but I want to say it was like towards, I think it was towards the top. It wasn't even like towards the bottom where the wax is kind of more condensed. I don't know. Bags are bags. Sometimes they come with a little rip in them, so it's not a big deal. I don't care. So, but I did double bag this one. I named it Pillow Talk. It's Dark Kiss, Black Sea. I must have been on the Black Sea kick. Dark Kiss, Black Sea, Pink Apples and Cotton. Love that. Pink Apples and Cotton Candy, and White Linen. So, I wanted something with like a linen or a cotton or something. I kind of wanted to do something that would be either like fresh or bedroom or, something like that. So that's where that white linen comes in. And I named it Pillow Talk. My husband helped me with that one too. We were thinking of the movie Pillow Talk with Doris Day and Rock Hudson. And so, you've got the Pink Apples and Cotton Candy being Doris Day, and then the Black Sea Dark Kiss being Rock Hudson. So, and then White Linen. So I had fun. I had fun coming up with these things. That's the fun of blending, coming up with ideas. Ooh. The linen is ever so soft in there. It's not overly pronounced. It's not like you're smelling laundry. It's not like strong bed linens or towels or anything like that. It's just this kind of soft linen scent in there. I get that Pink Apple Cotton Candy. I feel like I get Dark Kiss. I'm sure Black Sea is in there, but I feel like I'm getting the other ones more. Love that one. I gotta say, Beth is a genius. Like, you give her ideas of what you want to do, and to take those and figure out the proportion of blending. Absolutely fantastic. All right, now if you saw my other video, I talked about having tried doing like a tea scent at home, and then I had added some honey scent to it or whatever, and I was like, well, I'm going to do that with Beth also, right? Because I love it, and I wanted to have more of it. And Beth had I could have done lemon at the other one, but I did a different one. But I did black tea, fresh lemon, and I said honeybee, right? And she put, and a hint of honeybee. That must give you a clue as to how strong that honeybee must be. Because she says, and a hint of honeybee, because it's still strong, right? So I named it Afternoon Tea in London. I was thinking about when Larry and I got to go many, many moons ago, and we would, make it a point at like 4 o'clock to stop and have some hot tea, right? So Afternoon Tea in London. Yes. Another one that's fantastic. And Jeannie Farley is the one who got me started on the tea and lemon kick in the first place, because she had sent me one called, I think it's London Calling is the name of the blend, and it's a black tea, lemon, and like sugar. And I was like, okay, but I want a slight variation on that. I'm like, I've always loved honey in tea. Oh my goodness. Black tea is strong. I gotta say, that black tea is strong. I almost feel like it's overpowering the honey, but no. I think it's all in the development of the scent. That black tea must have a very strong top note. It smells fantastic though. Fantastic. Love it. Thank you, thank you. And then the last one was one that I saw a note, right? One of the scent notes that she had that you could pick. And I looked at it and I thought, you know, that sounds like something that I would want to play with. Something that I want to try. So, in a conversation that I had with Beth when I was trying to get my stuff ready, I asked her, I said, how do you think this would smell, right? And she was like, I don't even have to go smell it. She's like, I know it's going to be great. She's like, but I smelled it anyways, and it's great. And I think she even said she was wondering, like, how, you know, like, I don't know if she's used the particular note yet, but I wanted to play with it, so I did. And Beth made this so good. All right, so the note that I was wanting to play with was chipotle caramel, right? I like different, and I love spicy foods. So I was like, chipotle caramel, that sounds like really good to me, right? You get the caramel, but then you get the little spice, right? Like, I remember a friend of mine once made like spicy brownies. I can't remember what they were called, but I don't know if they were called Mexican brownies or spicy brownies or I don't know what, but they had like, I can't remember if it had jalapenos or it had chipotle or it had something, right? And I remember the first bite I took, I thought, oh, that's kind of weird, right? Because it's a spicy brownie, right? And you're just used to brownies being the chocolate and the sugar, right? And the first bite I thought, oh, I don't know. And I was like, well, I'm gonna finish the brownie. Yeah. Then you couldn't stop me from eating them. Oh my gosh. And then when she'd say she was gonna make something, I would be like, can you make those brownies? Can you make some more of those brownies? Love them. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna like the chipotle thing. So chipotle caramel, Macintosh apple, and roasted honey butter. And I named it because it has honey butter and the chipotle and the apples. I called it hot honey roasted apples. And I think she said she was going to go ahead and add it to the fall pre-order. Dang, that smells good. You know I love apples, right? And really it's a fall apple scent, right? And that, because the roasted honey butter, it gives it that fall scent. You don't get like a strong caramel, but you get this little tiny tinge of, I guess, of like the spice from the chipotle mixed with the caramel. It doesn't smell spicy. I'm not going to say it smells spicy. But it's like, okay, you eat a green apple just like that, or do you eat green apple with a little salt, right? It's going to change the flavor a little bit. You make cinnamon apples. Do you put like a little bit of cinnamon, or do you put a lot of cinnamon, right? I'm going to put a lot of cinnamon, which is going to give it a little more kick to the spice. So it's just this little tiny kick to give it a spiced apple scent, right? Not just fall from, I don't know. I'm kind of going off on a tangent, I guess. Oh, that is so good. So good. So good, so good, so good. I'm looking forward to her doing it for the fall pre-order because I will be getting more of it, probably a big bag. Anyways, I have to say a very, 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 very big thank you to Beth and Matt for putting this together, for making the blends, for packing it up, for sending it to me and having it arrive wonderfully, for just taking the suggestions and running with it and making them smell absolutely fantastic. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to warming all of it. I can't wait until I think that they're ready. I don't know. I know she says 410, and part of me wants to go ahead and do something on 410, but I have to hold myself back and just wait a little bit longer. And anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you again, and look forward to seeing what customs you have and what other blends get put out there. So anyways, enjoy your evening. Talk to y'all later. Bye.